All right, guys, JD here. Welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. All right. Yes, I am just coming in and decided that I'm going to chop up this particular video, all right, due to the fact that Mr. Hallgrímsson spoke on a few things, the future of Jamaica's football, especially the Reggae boys. So I wanted to point out a few things, and then we will take a few calls along the way, because obviously, we don't necessarily have the entire day, because we have a few things to do, so we're just gonna touch a few points. All right, thanks Pagan checking in. Chris King blessings. Football global already in. Massive respect, big boss. Hope all is well with you and the family. And remember, guys, if you just joined, make sure to subscribe, share, and hit the like button. We have a lot of things coming for you guys. But as you know, everything takes time. So if it doesn't happen today, it will happen next day. All right. Yes. So that's how it is. So anyways, Mr. Hallgrímsson talks about a few games coming up. For instance, games like Trinidad, which you heard about the Trinidad one, we knew about the Mexican one, and then definitely the Guatemala one. Looks like it's something new on the cards. All right, so that's good. He talks about the way they're going to scout and what they're going to leave for Jamaica as well, which is very much important. We're just chopping up it fast, guys. So it's not like we're gonna deep dive it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to give it to you what has been said. All right. Yes. So I like that part where he talked about what they're gonna leave for Jamaica. So clearly, you realize that they don't want anything. They never came here for anything. They came here to just make it better. Pretty much, that's what they're saying in his conversation. All right, they came here to make Jamaica better, as what we all expected him to say. Time will tell if that is the truth. But I can't say anything otherwise. He has shown me nothing for me to say opposite. All right, yes. You have to take a person to their words until they can produce something different. All right, and I do believe that you guys would say the same as what I'm saying as well. All right, yes. So I like that. I like that. Um, the reality check part, which Jason brought to my attention, and as soon as I clicked and found him speaking, he talked about it, and how selection will go. Selection will not go because you're overseas. You will get selected. It's about you coming in and how you fit with the team. That is beautiful. But because a lot of people would say, yes, that sounds nice. Yes, it sounds nice, and that's exactly how it should go. All right. Yes, but hopefully you can accept it anyway, because naturally professionals can adapt to situations a little bit faster. So it could mean that as well. All right. So we have Jason. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Blake. Hilton, long time we not seeing a big boss. Hope all is well with you and the family. Guys, this will be just maybe like an hour video or so. So make sure when you come in, you subscribe and you leave your thought from very early, or else you're going to miss the entire thing. And that's just on your side, not mine's. All right. Yes. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open the 1 second. Let me open this discard, so maybe Jason can call in if he wants. Don't know if he has time because he watched it himself. So I want him to give me from his viewing point. All right. Maislin, how you doing, man? Hope all is well. So let me know, guys, what say you on that about how he's going to pick his squad. You like what he's saying there? Because I definitely liked what he said on picking his team, not based off what people thinks. It's based off how the players react towards what he's doing, and the final reports. What say you? So pretty much he's saying that nobody can influence him on picking any team. It's going to always be based off what you do and how much you're a complement to his squad. Think those are the things that we are just talking about when we finish the youth 17s. So I don't think people would have any problem with that. I think people would say kudos, that is beautiful. That's what we want to hear. So for me, that's what I wanted to hear, and I like it. All right. Yes, I actually respect that, and that's something that you really truly want to hear. All right. Yes, and hopefully could stay that way as how he says. He said it, huh? Because you can say it, but doing it is a different kettle of fish. All right. Yes. So let me share this so people can join me. And guys, remember to join me later. I will be doing the first games, first sets of games. In the youth 17s, and then after we will be supporting 80 in their quest to make the World Cup just like the Reggae Girls. All right, yes. So let me know if you're hearing me well. Yeah, let me know if you're hearing me well. All right. Let me open this. Osh Puppy and the great Tennessee, massive respect. All right, thanks for being here, man. All right, yeah, man. So let me just pull up this for Jamaica right here, so we can put it up on the screen. Uh, all right, the sound is good. All right, so I can open the Discord. Then let me open this thing. All right, and then take the call. All right, so this is the call. Yes, so JC, you can come in when you want, yeah. Oh, you're already there. Okay. All right. So good afternoon, Sir Jason. How are you doing? Because I had a
Well,
few more
go.
things on the list, but I just wanted to hear from you what you made from this thing.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah, I got to see most of it.
One second,
I chipped
Jason.
in when basic, but
Yeah. I never plugged in
can the
the
people
earpiece.
hear me?
Sorry. My fault. Yeah. Yes, Jason. Big up.
Cool, cool. Yeah, but big up everybody in the chat. Like up the video as it come in. Yeah, so I checked on YouTube earlier and I saw that JFF was live. I had to scratch my eye. I couldn't believe it. So first and foremost, I just wanted to say kudos to them for actually utilizing their platform. They did have a decent viewership in there, so that was good to see.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like they did a basically they were unveiling the home kits to the home press, and the away kit and the warm up gears and what so have you. And Rickett said some words, the general secretary said some words, and then the coach said some words as well. So I just want to focus mainly on what the coach was talking
Yeah,
about.
man. That's what we're talking about, man. We have no interest in
Yeah,
nothing else. At least me.
well,
I don't.
I won't go that far. I won't go that far. I will go back and listen to what they said, but just due to what the program is going to be on. I just wanted to say that I love the way that every time I've heard the coach talk,
Mm-hmm.
he is very measured in his approach. So he likes to start out with some positives, and then he also wants to keep us grounded by telling us negatives that he sees in the football right now. So I just want to commend him for taking that approach because I think that is something that maybe coaches in the past obviously try to just give us all positives and maybe try to hide the negatives from us. So I think that in order for us as fans to develop a better understanding of where we need to go, that is the type of messaging we need to hear. We don't need to hear that everything is great because we see on the football field that everything is not great. So I am happy that this coach has taken that approach when he talks to the nation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, One thing that I want to highlight that he brought up is something that I've been talking about, and a lot of others as well. He said that while there are a lot of players with a lot of skill and a lot of pace, the pitches themselves make it very difficult for even the players that are technical to display that technical ability. And a
Okay.
lot of times we wondered why, when players of a certain level come and play for us on the Jamaican surfaces, they don't look the same. And he has been here, what, about 2 months now?
Mm-hmm.
And it has taken him 2 months to make that statement publicly. So I want to again try to figure out, how can we fix these things? Because it's another point that he brought up that I always thought of growing up in Jamaica is how can we have some of the nicest golf courses with the nicest grass on it, and then you go to a football field and it's just pure dirt on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that we don't have the expertise to cultivate good grass surfaces. We're just not putting that expertise into the football.
Yeah.
So, again, it's one of those things where we always quick to say we don't have resources, we don't have money, but that is something that doesn't require, all it does really is require someone to actually be looking after it. it is not that big of an undertaking to upkeep a field. Now, of course, when you get in the field prepared, it's going to take some investment to get the field to the standard where you need it. And I think the
Facts.
problem in Jamaica is we make the investment in these fields, and for like 6 months, people will be saying, "Boy, the field over there is great, you know." And when you go back there in 2 years, it's a cow pasture.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out a way how to maintain when we do get these investments, because it seems like every time we get a new sponsorship, we get a new thing, things look good for about 6 months, and then the maintenance is not held up. And so we're back to square one after the investment wear off. So we need to figure out a way to better maintain the surfaces. That's one thing that I think we need to figure out and plan better. Because I do agree with the coach that even if a player has the technical ability required to, say, get their talents exported overseas, because they're learning on a certain type of pitch, they're just trained to take 2, 3 extra touches that necessarily aren't necessary on a pitch that's good. And when you go on a good pitch, even though the pitch is better, because you have it ingrained in it that you need 3 touches to do what could take 1 touch, by default, your reaction time is going to be behind everybody else.
Okay.
So I think we're putting ourselves behind the 8 ball by not giving these players a proper pitches to actually develop on. Because if you develop on a bad pitch, you're going to develop bad habits, which you're going to take to the good pitches if you ever get to them.
So
So I think, go ahead.
so his intention is to try and improve at least one pitch that he is going to be training these kids on to at least get some solution towards the thing.
Yes, he sees it as paramount that his whatever training he's going to be doing,
Mm-hmm.
the pitch needs to be in a better condition than the average pitches in Jamaica. And
Okay.
and I like the way you put it that you're gonna start with one pitch. Because sometimes we go into these undertakings and these we try to do too much too quickly. So I
Yeah.
think if we just focus on 1 or 2 pitches in the island and just say these are gonna be the standards, that would be a good start.
All right. Fair enough. 1 second. Let me just go through this comment section because people just turning up. Solkar said, "This I think the coach need no. This I think the coach need a fair chance, and he will cause some progress. Okay, JFF YouTube channel is alive and kicking. Well, no problem. They should. Um, Kevin Jones, bless up, and we have Jobless, bless up, Jobless. Pagan says, good point. Why can't the pitches be on par with some golf courses? Well, we don't know. These are things that they might be watching and they will give some stories on. It's one mouth Jason. Okay, so some people still not believing. Kai says, big up to you, Kai, man. Hope all is
Oh,
well with
one
you.
month, 1 month. No, because I said he's
One
been here
month.
2 months, but it has been 1 month. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, Kai, big up yourself. Soul Cry said, I don't agree with that as an excuse for how we play. I see schoolboys passing the ball and moving into spaces. All right, all right. And then we have one Spence, big up. Thanks for being here. Sheridan says the coach said if Messi comes to play in Jamaica in a week or two, he would become an average player. But we claim that our local players are quality. Point to harder. But yet that could have meant a lot of things. That could have meant, oh, because the pitches would have brought down is their quality. Maybe that's what he was talking about. Because if he used that at one point, I think maybe that's what he meant still. But I will check it for myself just to make
Yeah,
sure.
and he even when he before he started talking about the pitches, he was a bit wary of bringing it up, that he knew that maybe it might be misinterpreted or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he tread lightly when he was talking about it, but you could see that he really thinks that it's an issue. And again, and South Cry, to your point, it's not that it's we'd have to wait for all the pitches to be good for them to be developed at a better rate. But we have to actually start to take ownership and say, look, this is hurting our football. Because as you brought up, the schoolboys, you see them passing and moving. At the schoolboy level, that lack of a really quick reaction time is not a huge hindrance in you being successful at that level.
Mm-hmm.
It's when they progress. What we keep saying, where do the players go after the schoolboy level? they can't get to that next level because they have been accustomed to playing at a certain speed. And that the speed that we have gets negated because we take so long to do what we need to do with the football. And a lot of times it's not just because the player is thinking too slowly, it's because he has to think about where the ball is going to bounce before he can do what he wants to do.
All right. So
If you can't see that those things go hand in hand, he doesn't.
yeah. Okay. Then let me finish out this conversation. So basically then would that say then the quality in Jamaica is actually better than what are you're saying because they weren't taught, so they just don't know, and it could be
Yeah,
better
I
in the
think,
future, but not necessarily now.
yeah, we probably wouldn't see the benefit of different coaching for some years. I mean, this is something that would be like a generational thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that there's definitely an issue with Jamaicans as far as how they move with the football, right? Most Jamaicans tend to dribble with their heads down. They go around the world and you see training and development taking place. You hear hold your head up more than any other instruction. And I just feel like in Jamaica, it is very difficult to do so because if you hold your head up, you will run well, leave the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need to look at where the rock stone is and where the hole is and where this is on the field. So it's not an excuse, it's just a reality.
Yeah. Okay. We had some more things. The friendlies coming up and the selection. So the selection, what he said, oh, he's gonna do it. I was kind of impressed because he's making a note that, like he tried to make sure he stood out in this one to state that if you, yeah, it's not ever you can't just get picked for the national team. You have to produce something, you know. And on top of
Yeah,
producing something, you have to make sure you can fit in what we are doing as well. So not because you're a big star worldwide, um, if you don't fit in what I'm selling right now, you can't make it. You know. So I like that. I like that style because it gives me to say if he found a workhorse in Jamaica, he would pick him. But if so be the case, if it's 24 man outside Jamaica doing what he wants and they have the attitude if they have the quality, he's going to pick them. And that's what most people would have wanted a long time ago. You understand me? So it sounds like more of, no, I'm not picking it because you're locally born or you're locally playing. You get me? If you're locally born and playing overseas and you have the quality, you're going to get prioritized because we need the best players, but we also need the best players that can fit in what we're doing. What did you got from that statement? Because that's what I got from that statement when he's talking about selection, and I actually like it because it's been a while now. People come here. It's like it's always like you have a pamper. You have to make sure you start your tenure behind the eight ball because you have to always make sure you pick a certain players in a team to make sure you can fit in with what people believe and all of those madness. You understand me? And I love the fact that he stood up and be counted. And I love the fact that he talked about the entire pool. So let we discuss the selection part first before we move anywhere. So what say you on that? What you got from it?
yeah. So basically, it sounds like to me he's trying to really nail down the point that his teams will be based on merit and won't have anything to do with geographic location or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that is very important for him to say that because I'm sure he would have seen how the campaign went before and seen that a lot of the issues might have been stemming from, just like different factions in the team and people not getting along with one another and things of that nature. And I think for him, he's just trying to put away that and just make it more based on his footballing system and philosophy. And if you can't tie into that philosophy or system, you can't be a part of it. And it has nothing to do with your date of birth or your place of birth or anything like that. And I think the more he brings that message across,
Yes.
hopefully the fans can realize that that is the most important thing. It's not about feeling like you can relate to the person or whatever the case is. You should be able to relate to them once they put on the jersey because that means they're representing you. And
Yes.
that should be the bottom line.
And
And I think he's trying to get that point across.
yes, and
And I
not
think
just
he's
him.
doing a
Let
good job of
let
bringing it
let
across
we not
in a
just give
way
him the
that
credit.
it can be accepted by everyone.
Yeah, but me I say
So I don't think anybody that's inside Jamaica could fight out anything he's saying because, like you
but
said, it's also a
I'm say
message to
I'm
the
saying
local players saying if
let
you do what you're supposed to and you show
you're
the
hearing me, Jason?
capability, I am going to use you.
Yeah,
Simple.
you hear me, Jason?
Yes.
Let we not just give him, even though I never really care to talk about the rest of the situation because I only care about what the coach said. Um, the others tried to sell that message from early on because when they were talking about the jerseys, they were talking about the persons that connect people to buy the jerseys and those stuffs, and they are gonna try to make sure they sell the people to the public. So like the Mikel
Right.
Antonios and the man, they're trying to outline that that's what they're gonna come and do. So everything that we have talked here, that's what they're talking about, and it never came from Hallgrímsson first. It came from um the Gensek guy. He was what the one talking about and saying yeah, that's what they were trying to lead towards because they realize when the jersey sales come in, clearly more likely the overseas persons are more even competitively. I don't think he wanted to say that because you have to choose your word wisely when you're dealing with these people. You get me? So him himself seems like he's still afraid of certain things, so he has to choose his words wisely, you know. But he still tried to say that basically overseas by more interested, even for 1%, it look like they're more interested in this as well. So we have to understand that we have a diaspora and everything. So I love the fact that even though it's the money that they got first before they start see the truth, you understand me? At least they're still
Mm-hmm.
seeing the truth. So I want to give them credit as well for actually acknowledge. So when they come on to buying the damn things, it was the overseas people that buy it. So clearly you have to sell the product to the people them. So that's why when people come on and talk with them can't resonate to they can't resonate to um they can't resonate to how the jerseys them print out and who them guys done it. Cause you have some people like that, they are that type of corrupted in their hearts, and especially when they are from they are in other people's foreign countries and they talk like that. I can't stand them. Yeah, so I love the fact that JFF and people inside Jamaica start acknowledge that yes, these people serious about their thing and they're willing to support. And the biggest market you have is the diaspora. That's it. The biggest market you have is you, the JFF, and the diaspora. So when you're running down sponsors, if you could have just sold 50,000 jerseys every year, um, just off that alone, you don't even know how much money that is. The viewers, they don't even know how much money that really is. You understand me? So you really did not even need the sponsors them so much. To be honest, if you can just sell the damn jerseys them, and now you see you put out a brand, a line, and you maybe put out like 10,000 of each, and all 10,000 sell out within a day. Then you're saying, oh my God, so much money we truly lose. So we need to move up. So I think the diaspora did a good job by buying these things to really click in their heads because it's only money alone they attract to. You understand me? Yes. So I guess they maybe they are on a different plane. But at the end of the day, we're here to talk about Mr. Hallgrímsson, and Mr. Hallgrímsson seems to be in his own way of he wants to do his thing that way, and that is the only way of success. He brought up a next thing that I already talked about, which is the scouting network that he's trying to set up, which is very much important, Jason. And the fact that he said he wants
Mm-hmm.
to make it stays here, so anybody comes, they will have a pattern of starting from. So you're not going to start from zero. Oh, important that is for you, Jason. Then we can go to the chat and pick up.
Well, to me, that shows that the coach realizes that he will not be here forever. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of Jamaican fans and fans of Reggae Boys have an issue with when our overseas coach leaves. The narrative is always that he leaves us in a worse state than when he came. The fact that he's thinking of these things leads me to believe that he's wary of that and he doesn't want it to be a situation where even if he comes and he doesn't get the results that he wants and they end up getting rid of him, he will at least leave something for the next person. So that is very admirable of him because, you know, unless that was in his actual job description to do, for him to take that on himself to try to do that, that is great.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes to show that he doesn't think that he's perfect because if you're saying, let me leave this to whoever come after me, you're just basically saying that your time will not be forever. And some coaches might not have looked at it that way and just wanted to make sure that they can do the most to succeed right now. But he also understands that we have a development issue and he wants to help out with that by making it easier for players to find, for coaches or future coaches to find the players that are available to us. So I really love that he's doing that and trying to get that done.
All right. So yeah, that's a good one, Jason. But what where I think the fans would love it. What levels I think the fans would love it from is the fact that majority of these coaches, because people need to remember when Schaefer's left and Tapa came in, all of those guys that cemented Jamaica's legacy, at least respectable to get more contracts overall, to get more free, friendly matches and stuff, because you're credible and you perform admirable against big teams and stuff. That's what Schaefer's brought. Right after that, Theodore Whitmore took it back and just changed everything. So I believe that scouting network thing would have brought the solution towards it. So clearly, if you don't pick a player, because the problem is, what these guys have done, as I've said in countless videos, they have used the lack of knowledge card of saying they don't know. You understand me?
Yeah, out of
So
sight, out
yeah,
of
yeah.
mind.
So
Yeah.
out of sight, out of mind. All right. You guys see under 20 and you said, "Oh damn, the number 10 from Jamaica look really good." Yes, it's a Jamaican local talent. This and they put that in your head. A lot of them are a proper professional con men. You know why you're saying that? Because you never see the other people them. You get me? So if you had seen the other people them, maybe you would be talking about someone else. Not saying you wouldn't be talking about the same person, but maybe you would be talking about somebody else. So they make sure to take that out of your face so you can't see it. So you have to rave about what you're seeing. Your high have ways to deceive you because they are deceiving you from the start. So it's very much important. So if you have a system here that he said he's going to get from 15 years old, possible persons that can play for Jamaica, who is on the list that's eligible right now, you get me? And who are trying to reach here, paperwork, dealing with everything. They're gonna set an organized plan. That cut out that side of you have a quality team that was actually performing, and then Jason, you have to mute the mic when you're not talking, yeah, because it give me a feedback. Um, let me turn it on right there. So that will stop almost everything from things like that to happen again. You understand me? Because I thought that Jamaica had a big reset in 2016, a big reset, and it's not a forceful reset. It was just a man, because most of these guys, what they said, they always figure a way to spin it back towards the preferential treatment, not the actual quality. You get me? They always found a way to spin it back to that. So I'm just saying, once you have that thing there, the persons that are over them, which is the hierarchies, they will be the one that to judge. So if they do see a man in the English Premier League scoring 50 million goals, and then you want to pick a man from in the JPL, because you believe he might have more art than you, that is a next way in a contract can be void. So that is always good, because now information is on the table, and that's why every time I said when I'm coming here to do a video, I brought the information. You know why? Because once it's on the table, you can't say you never know. So when you come with a certain argument, I can know if you're just biased, xenophobic, racist, whatever the situation is. It's easy for we to judge once the information is there. So start with the knowledge. That is the best thing I thought that coach did. Start with the knowledge so you can cancel out every single thing. All right. Yes. So
Yeah,
what say you from that
it will provide
viewpoint,
a checks
Jason?
and balance.
What say you from that view?
Yeah,
That was deep, but
yeah, it
what
will.
say you from that?
No, you're correct. You're absolutely correct because what it does, it will provide a check and balance. So when the team is picked now, and we know of this database of players, we can scrutinize the listing of players picked and say, okay, what about these four guys here? on this list that are doing X and Y and Z in their respective leagues,
Mm-hmm.
and then the press conferences can have more information that are, so the fans can be more aware. So it's just about awareness. It's just another way to safeguard against, you know, xenophobic actions from the selectors and things of that nature. Because without the information and the knowledge, some of us have it, some of us don't. And I think the average fan probably doesn't have the knowledge of enough of the players that we
Mm-hmm.
could select, so that they, when a team is picked, they're happy with what they see because that's what they know. So it will just help everybody to know more about the diaspora and the players. And of course, people, you need to understand, that 400 is not going to be all overseas. The local players will be included in this 400.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes,
I
yes.
don't want people to think this is just a way to not get anybody in the JPL team. That's not what he's going about it for. It's just about checks and
Jason, the
balances
man
and making
literally tell
sure
us, eh?
that we have more
Jason,
eyes knowing the
but
players.
I'm saying Jason, the man literally tell you that if he sees you are performing for what he wants for his team, you're gonna get in the team. So he clearly tell you that he's not gonna base on the quality of the list then. So if a man just come as a spur of the moment and he's in a purple patch and he believes that he can offer something to the team, he's going to do so because it's not like a elitist mentality. You get me? Because we know that once this
Mm-hmm.
thing start happen, you're gonna have the outcriers that always cry wolf, even when they saw two snails. You understand me? Yes, because you have those people. I mean, I'm telling you, Jamaican people don't know. Those are the person that you don't want around you. Because they pretend so well, but you're gonna see those people pop up every single time and try to go against Mr. Hallgrímsson. They're gonna just pop up. You're just gonna see them start some propaganda and Mr. Hallgrímsson because of what he said. Because clearly that's going against them. Because I've realized that what they're doing is selling the national team. You get me? They are selling the national
Mm-hmm.
team
Mm-hmm.
a lot. So spot selling, all type of things selling. You get me? And promotion for spot selling. So every one of these people, I've realized, benefit of these things. So what he just said is like the kryptonite for all of this foolishness. So no man can sell propaganda for players, and no man can force a player in a team because of him. I try cancel that out. And if the JFF should stand on their 2 foot, which I don't really expect because they have never shown me nothing like that, but I'm not gonna class them like they had done something wrong, all right? Because I don't know of it. But I'm just saying this is just a solution to get these things out of the way. All right. Yes. Let me go through this comment section, guys. Make sure to smash the like button as soon as they come in. We never really had the whole day to spend here, but we are trying to get through all of the points, so at least we can have a good conversation. If the feel, South Cry, if the feels are the problem, then it just makes sense we stop play football because you and I know that it takes 100 years to fix anything in Jamaica. That's what South Cry is saying. Set Fly said, I really like the choice for the senior team manager the Jamaica made. Guy has proven success with Iceland, so he can certainly get Jamaica on the right track. It's going to be a tough one. All right, Chevon, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Warren Webster, big up yourself as well. Omzo, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Bartender, big up yourself as well. Omzo says, JD, that NASA sweater, JD, looking smart. Whatever. I literally came to France today. So you should have turned up, make me dust you out. You understand me? Big up yourself, doing Thomas. How you doing, man? Hope all is well, big boss. Triple E. Jason, I went to France, by accident. And I never saw the one Umzo. Yeah, I thought he was the big bad man.
Did I hide?
Yes, he was hiding. Went to France, man. Yes. Triple E, big up yourself. Jason and JD, you think so? Why you put Jason in front of JD? Which one come first? Not me. A two letter me have, Jason might have JA, but I me have the two letters. So I should be in front of him. Yes. So let me don't call none of the name. You think Hallgrímsson wanted to actually come to coach Jamaica, or you think it was his only option? That's what he meant there. Jason, you
Well,
go first then. Since
Umzo,
him put your name first, you have
yeah,
to go first.
he put me first. He put me first because I'm the prediction boss.
Oh,
So yeah, that
I
maybe
don't know.
that's
I
why.
don't know about
But
that. That is just a fraudulent claim, you know? Yes, but I will let it slide
no,
for
but
today.
to be honest, Umzo, I think I don't know if it was his only option, but I think he looked at it and thought it was a good option. And the reason why I said that is this: um, everybody knows about the situation with the three hosts from Concacaf, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you would look at that and say, okay, if I can go through a qualification in Concacaf and not have to worry about Mexico, USA, and Canada, that increases my chances greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm sure he would not come and tell you, boy, he took it because he knows we'll make it. But I'm sure he knows that his chances are higher, right? And
Mm-hmm.
also, with the influx of the Adidas money, we were able to actually give him a decent salary that is in line with the other teams in CONCACAF. So when the money situation was correct, and then he probably looked back and saw what the qualification process might look like, I think he was probably excited to take the job because at the end of the day, in a country like Jamaica, if you are successful, you're going to go down as one of the greatest in the history of Jamaican football. So, there's a lot that can be gained from Hallgrímsson if he is successful because like I said, we've only been to the World Cup once,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody knows how René Simoes is regarded in Jamaica. He would be regarded just the same. So I think he has a lot to gain, and that's probably why he took the job.
For me, I think it was a opportunity to prove himself, or maybe a springboard. So it's a bit of both. Jamaica could profit from his expertise, which is to bring unity towards something, because they are one of the most united cultures, at least on the football in front. And Jamaica is one of the most disruptive, disastrous cultures on the football in front, because we literally saw on Netflix. You know why we know? I knew that reached really big, guys. Go on ESPN. You saw the guys them trying to pick who should qualify for the three spots. And the first thing the man said, I saw Andre Blake, So I don't necessarily think I know Jamaica should qualify because they have so much players. But it's whether or not these guys actually want the other players them. I'm saying, wow, Jamaicans listening to this. Damn. So our bad behavior went international. So now you can't come in my chat and tell me and fight me. You understand me? But I said that to say that it's a perfect man for the job because he's not gonna take any BS because he's from a place that you're not as good as the other guys them. Clearly you taught the truth that you're not as good as them. So you acknowledge your situation and you use unity and consistency, to high level consistency to make sure you get the job over the line. You get me? Yes, and I thought that's why they brought him in. And at the same time, if he does well, which is what Jason just said, it's much more easier because you don't have the three top dogs in the race. You will still get the same praise as previous with the additional things, scouting network and everything that persons before never did. So he has a chance to become a year and still pump his CV up to a different level. So I think it was actually a win-win situation the uh, in the deal. You get me? So Jamaica doing something for him, and he's doing something for Jamaica, and he's getting paid while doing it. You get me? Yes. So I do believe that's a situation coming from my head. Triple E said, JD, I'm so happy. They have a well-educated coach. Majority of the coaches them should be educated. That's a standard, you know. Omzo said, very good point, Jason. My point, them not good, Jason. this this fraud, the name Omzo, man. Anyways, bartender said, JD, Jamaica look for him, or he is the one who looked for Jamaica. It doesn't matter. Who cares? You get me? Who cares? Really? Who cares? It's just the man there here and the man are doing job. And if him get Jamaica qualified, it showcased that we need qualified people at the highest level to do the job.
No,
That's what it means to
no,
me.
but to XYZ, you remember Speed came on, and he had said that
They looked for
they,
him,
there was a
yes.
there was a committee formed, and they found, I think it was three candidates, and he was one of the final three. So we did actually seek him out.
Yes. So, but why that even matters, Jason?
And
Why
I
that
agree
even
with you as well,
matters?
JD,
Who
that it doesn't
cares?
matter. But I'm just for the record stating what it is.
Yeah, man. Who cares, man? The man coaching. I'm not even caring about that. XYZ. I don't really care about that. Jamaican gonna big up yourself. Hope all is well with you. That is the reason most people change jobs. That's normal. Okay, but we don't care. Be honest. We are not qualifying for nothing. We qualified because they have a different society in the girls. We qualified. But we never qualified for nothing else. So a man coming to do his job, just let him do his job, man. I don't really care about who find him or whatever. Which shoes they see at the tire. The man I do something and that's it, man. JD, most country knows our local players are not as good. But Jamaican. Oh, no, I'm not. I never said the ESPN clip said that. They never talked about the quality of any one part of the country. But they talked about the story that they are seeing in front of their eyes. So I'm just making a note that yes, I am just making a note that yes, people see our bad behavior and they realize that they might not have the most cohesive group due to the fact that people can't get along because they saw the 1998 and they saw the 2022. That's a whole heap of years apart, you know. You understand me? And if it's not gonna solve in that time, it might not solve any time. Yes, so that is the situation still. All right. CPT said 113. All who did not hit the like button, please do so. JD doing a fantastic job. But CPT Rico, that's okay. Really, I don't even care anymore. I just tell people to smash the like button because obviously more people can come here and see what's up. But that's it, right? I'm cool, man. I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I'm not a part of the clique. I'm good, you know. Yes. Anyways, Jamaica has a real chance to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. Hallgrímsson is a real professional who knows opportunities when he sees them. All right. Hallgrímsson can add to Jamaica's football history. I do believe so. What's the process to get a coaching license? Jace Brady. All you need to do, it all depends. My stream is lagging. It's better than him, Umzesi, man. Jesus Christ. Uh, I'm tired of him, man. Yo, that brother, man. I can't find somewhere to kill him, man. I need to just search. My stream, so does the stream alone lag in for you, Umzo? Yeah? Just the stream alone a lag for you? Let me know. Yes, so anyways, it looks like it froze, not lag. Alright, let me know, and we will sort it out. No problem, alright? Yes, I will try and sort it out, if you said it's lagging for you. Okay? Yeah, Jason, sorry about that. Let me see the process for the license. You just type in what license you want and go on the internet and type it in, and you will get the exact way to get it done. All right. Yes, because you have different license for different regions. All right. Obviously, the highest license would be the European license, but you have different for different region. All right. So I don't know which one you want. You have to tell me which one you want. All right. All right. So I don't know. Okay. Wow. Sorry about that, Sir Umzo. My fault. I had a lot of things connecting to it. All right, so hopefully it's okay for you now, Umzo. Should be okay for you now, Umzo.
Frozen. They must say you're frozen.
Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. My fault, my fault, my fault. But it should be okay now for Umzo. All right. Yes, yeah, yes. So let me continue, Jason. We have a few more things. It should be okay now for you. Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. No problem, no problem. I will sort you out. It's not a problem. Let me continue. You know. Yeah. Let me see. Our coach, our local coaches get a license. They have a program that they're trying to work with now. All right, we have to wait and see. All right, let me see. If it's still froze. Yeah, I don't know. It should start out soon. Should start out soon. Yeah. But my voice is coming through right. Okay. Let me know. Let me know. Once my voice is coming through, I'm okay. It will be sorted soon. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, the
99.
audio is fine, but
Okay.
like you're lagging on the video. Looks like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, we will sort out that soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let me. Yeah. Um. I'm active football. It's frozen for real. Just the video part. Okay, no problem. It will come in off its own because I was looking like I was doing some wrong thing. So I will get it sorted out. Sorry about that. And pretty much I never planned to spend the whole day because what we're talking about never required 60 hours streams. You understand me? And we are trying to cut out the 60-hour streams if it's not football games. Yes. So we will just do the time and then later we will come back again to do other things. Team Cataract, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Yes, so Jason, he talked about those three games, Mexico, Trinidad, and Guatemala, right? What you made of that
Yes.
conversation? I think it's okay timing to get prepared for the Gold Cup.
Yeah, so based on my understanding, the Trinidad and Guatemala games, are those gonna be like right before the Gold Cup or like sometime in between the March and the Gold Cup window? Because I wasn't really clear on that part.
He was not clear on it, but I do believe that it should mean that he's trying to they are trying to fit it in before the Gold Cup. That's what it meant. So you know that the one for what you call it, the one for Mexico that's set already. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the Trinidad one would have to be after Mexico, right?
Yeah, yeah, because that window when the Mexico game is played, they would have a space before the Mexico game if they wanted a tune-up game. But after the Mexico game, I think that's the end of the window. So he must be referring to a little part. Those other two games must be, I would think, further down into like June when the season is over, leading up to the Gold Cup. Because
Okay.
it sound like he even touched on making the friendlies count more than maybe in the past when we just get a game at a random time and we don't know what team we can use, we don't know any of those things. I think he wants to cut that out. It sounded like he didn't say that, verbatim. He didn't say that, but based on how he was talking, it's like he was a little frustrated. Some of the other friendlies were formed that we have already played since he's been here. So I think he wants to be more strategic in when and who we playing and at what time. And I'm sure with us leading into the Gold Cup and everything, he would want his Gold Cup team to start to form what would look like his World Cup campaign team. So I think he sounds like he wants to really utilize whatever opportunity friendlies come and maximize them. Not have
Okay.
these situations where, half of the guys can't come because they can't get released and things of that nature. So that is good. Because I've always said that, I think the more times we can get the actual A squad, I guess you'll call it, together to play, the
Mm-hmm.
better off we'll be. Because if we're going to utilize Diaspora, there won't be times to really get these players in any extended camps. So we have to use the friendly windows as those extended camps, right? So
Okay.
I hope that the JFF was listening to him and saying we need to be more strategic with when we put these games to play. Because I want to be able to see, the main team playing all of these international friendlies and not have to, take a different team every time we're going on friendly.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Guys, what you made of the games them that he talked about. And Cataract, if you want to join, you can join via the Discord. It's the link is right there. All right? Yes. No, I heard people complain. No, I just said I don't. I'm just trying to limit the streams. That's all. So all people just need to do is just turn up if they want to hear my take. You have a billion streams right now. You have 24 hours stream, so I don't think you guys are going to miss me much. It has been that populated. So sometimes I kind of sit back and focus on other things if I don't have to. But today I saw the need to come and talk on what he talks about, because I was actually saying a few things like that. So I wanted to give my take on it. You understand me? So all I'm saying is it's tough. It's tough for being here just for 3 hours, and then you get let down by people doing a bag of foolishness. What you said would have happened, and then because you talk, people say you're bad mind. So it's just mind blowing, because you know that what you're saying makes perfect sense, but clearly a lot of people just try to turn it in. You know what I'm saying? It's just chaotic. So something I want to leave it alone. It's snowing in Belgium below 0 degrees. What are you talking about, bro? JD, Jamaica has a 400 player database. Do you believe that it's possible? It's definitely possible. All right. Kai says it's because of the quality of the content why we here for hours. Yes, but I'm not saying. I'm just saying what I know. Kai, every video title could be done in 4 minutes. It is because of money why these streams extended so long. I have to be honest to you, and it's not good for your health. All right, yeah, man. So man's just running 2 hour streams as much, yeah, man. You get me? Man's don't want the money. Man's good. You get me? It's simple as for pitches. We may have to use synthetic pitches at all high school. Yes. All right. All right. Trinidad, Cataract said Trinidad before the Nations League. All right, let me check the date of the Nations League. So why they don't add it to the system? The date of the Nations League will be the 26th, but they said it's gonna be
Yeah,
two games.
it's the game.
It's gonna be 2 games. So I don't know when that's gonna start, but they
Yeah,
said.
somebody put in the chat the 15th and the 18th, but I don't know where they got that from.
All right. So they said March 1st are the first set period of March. The squad is going to be listed. What they're going to be working with. All right. And I like that straightforwardness, if that's a word. Yes. Yo, Madri, them need to fire Maran Garden and hire Lenny Hyde. All right, but they said maybe he does not have the necessary papers in order to get the job. So I don't know, Devon, if you're going into that part, if he doesn't have the job, just give him it anyway, or you're saying if he's not qualified, he can't get the job. I don't know what you think about that. All right, yes, because that's still a thing, and they're gonna use that against him as long as he does not have the actual thing. You get me? Yes. But that's what I've heard. Big up Kai, man. Thanks for the continuous support, and thanks everyone for the continuous support. But I'm just trying to bring normalcy to this category, because we are not doing good in football that much. You get me? Yes. So when we are doing good, it fuel you to take extra time. You get me? Because if I stay for 4 hours, I'm just gonna get more depressed. And man's happy outside of YouTube. I'm very sorry. Man's happy, Yes, a man's happy outside YouTube. So I can't bother with this 5 hour cataract. Oh, I'm talking about some other teams yesterday, guys. And cataract come over. Oh, you have 30 minutes to talk about the Jamaican Youth 7 for what? Them no better than the other team. So what we want to talk about?
People,
Who not terrorize me?
Not like that. No. But just pass through and give your likes and tell us that we couldn't probably the day, but tell us that we couldn't the
Yeah, you tell me that, and they come back and tell me, say, you have 14 minutes or 30 minutes. I mean, I want here. But no, we string up Jamaica. You can't turn up. We want to talk about football at points. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's stressing. I don't want. Listen to me, big man. Let me tell this. You see, let me tell this, big man. Let me tell this, big man. Big man, listen to me. You see, if you don't see Jamaica on my title, don't come and tell me ask me about Jamaica, all right? That's how I'm telling you. Me say what me say. Me don't talk.
But hold on, in a serious thing, because I see some man even ask you to speak in Spanish and them thing there because they don't understand what we are saying.
I think you understood what I'm saying.
You understand? So
who said that?
Gonna get international, right? Buenos dias.
Okay, maybe it's from over my next channel. It's from over my next channel they are coming from. Yeah.
No, man, I write it. Yeah, they could have come
Yes,
from
they're
over my
coming from
channel.
over
But
my next channel.
listen,
I shared the link, Cataract. That's why.
because I know that your time is an unlimited thing, and I just go and jump in. Firstly, I watched the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, MPEC. He sent me the link. I didn't get no invite, and I didn't even know if they want forward of them places. It would have mash up.
Yeah, but Cataract,
You
why you
understand?
need an invite? You're not watching the damn press conference. What
No,
what
because
what would you
in a
say?
good, no, brother, I'm not in a good space based on the under 17. I'm
Yeah,
in a
but
good
Cataract, there are no
space.
questions asked. I never even listened because I only cared about Hallgrímsson. I never wanted to hear what nobody else said.
I would have asked Hallgrímsson what is his thoughts on the recently concluded under 17. I think that is an important question. I just wonder about the powder puff makeup artists that call themselves journalists. Anyway, I wanted to clarify one thing, just clear for everyone. What he said was that I think we're playing 2 matches against Trinidad, but certainly the match against Trinidad is before the Nations League, and the Guatemala friendly is before the Gold Cup in
Okay.
the United States. So
Yes.
the same thing that we were talking about when we were belly aching and depressed, and saying that in any time we go into a tournament, the friendly match must be before and preferably in the venue in the country where we are playing.
Mm-hmm.
I see that is being implemented. So I have
Okay.
to
That
give
that's
him
the next nice.
kudos,
That's the next sticky. That's
take
the
my
next
hat
sticky.
off,
Yes. 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 That.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a lot of things. And I was all the way with the coach right up until he went on his pitch invasion. Um, because I'm sorry, I don't agree with the coach 100%, because them
With
have
what?
some
With what?
rough,
With
tough
what?
stone pitch in Africa. And I see some of the most skillful players come out of there,
Yeah, but
right?
remember, you have to always factor in, Cataract. I know you're desperate to look for a negative to fight because you're a selector.
The-
Let me finish.
No,
Let
man,
me finish.
no, man.
Warboat,
Hold on.
warboat. Let
From
me finish
reason,
my
it would
point.
have said we are reason, brother.
Yes, me know, but me
So
have a
me,
car.
me,
No,
me
so no,
fighting thing, me
Cataract. I
reason.
know.
When I
No,
agree with,
Cataract.
I
Listen,
agree with.
listen to
What
me.
I
Now.
don't
So
agree,
what
me not agree with.
me can't debate you and say something else, and then you tell me say a foolish is me attack. Oh, you still a big man. All I'm saying is the man first language is not English, big man. All right. So maybe the man never come off the right way. You get me? Yes. Me know you're desperate for him nothing. Find nothing good for use as an excuse to say the locals them could be better. You understand me? Yes. But me know you're just desperate to see the best Jamaican team like the whole away. I'm sure of that. Because I want
No,
to hear that.
no, go ahead and finish.
No, I
Sorry,
want
that's
to
you were
hear
talking
that,
to.
but
Sorry.
I want to hear that, but remember, Cataract, the man speak not English. So sometimes it's not gonna come off the way or you want it. Period. Alright? So you can cut him a slack. If you see him repeat it 4 or 5 times down the line, then you can judge him after because it's something that he wrote down over and over. So before we jump to judge him, yeah. But continue your piece, Cataract. I just want to chip that in.
Hold on a second. 1 second. May I
And
check my water bill?
yeah, and stop come on in the phone
How
with
much do I know?
your bag, a bunch of women them every single time talking football.
$70,000 water bill, me get.
All right, I don't want to Cataract. I'm not here to pay people's water bill. You're on a football
No, no.
program. So why
No,
are you talking about the water
but
bill?
I ask you to pay my water bill. I don't show me a water bill that over
But Cataract,
$70,000.
YouTube
But
channels don't. If you
but
did light bill now, we maybe could have
water if
helped
me,
you. Water
but what
bill,
if me have a water, but what if me have a football team for water? You
okay. Oh
understand?
well,
Even that's the reason why
oh
the
my
man there.
God. So
Brother, a Jamaican life, you know.
okay,
But
well, I
seriously
am
though,
not in
seriously,
Jamaica, so I
seriously.
don't know about that life.
Back
All
to the
right. Yes, I'm
back
very
to the
sorry. Boy, 70,000 for water bill and 90 million for light bill. Who cares? Because I don't know what's going
replay.
on. I don't care because you don't turn on the camera, so nobody not seeing you. So why we should pay for electricity either? You get me?
You
So,
ask him to pay for it. You
no,
ask him to
no,
pay for
no,
that
no, because
literacy,
you're
brother.
saying it. So maybe other people, you want people in the chat pay for your electric bill because you think that you're famous.
No, man, not sponsor my thing, and I'm a Michael Bolton sole provider. No man, I'm my sole provider. I'm my sole provider. But woman come, she show
I
me
tell a
a
woman
water
when you're
bill
doing
at
YouTube,
74 grand.
you should
I'm
not need
just
to. You should
yeah,
never
it.
need to come and
So
talk. She see up on the
make a
phone. She
move
see
on.
busy.
Make a
She
move
should
on,
just
man.
relax
Yo,
herself.
she
All right.
said what I'm saying, it sound to me like Hallgrímsson got a page after his first interview when he spoke about what he saw when the players were technical. Because me I tell you the
No,
truth,
he never got a
I
page. He
have
got
been
an
around the world.
excuse. He got an excuse to say maybe this is the reason why they're not as good. And he puts that out, but
Right.
he's going to put it to the test, Cataract. The one thing about excuses, they could be identified, and realize it's a lie. And this man is a straightforward man. If he realizes that they're not as good, he's going to come out and say they are no good. That's what the man said in the next part.
Okay. But what I'm saying, JD, is that I am happy. I want there to be good pitches. I believe that, for example, in the Adidas, I want to go out in a John shop. 2 ground is an hour. Oh, my woman. My God. Anyway, a Jamaica this. I love this
We're
country.
talking about football.
No,
Why
because I
why my
talk about
why my
nature.
channel have to drop such low standard? Man talk about light bill, water bill, and no lizard. What that have to do with football?
My God. I just Jamaica land we love, brother.
Yes.
No, man. Yeah, so, JD, I want to see good pitches. It is hilarious that the coach is making the same observation that I made when I first came on YouTube. We just need to fire the groundsman up at the JFF place, and up at the stadium, and hire the man who will look after the golf course out at Concert Spring Golf Course. Just fire him and hire him. Because it is ludicrous that we have Cayman Golf Club, Concert Spring Golf Club, we have Trial Golf Club in a Negril, and we have 3 golf clubs on the North Coast just before you get to Draxall. And Draxall, I remember I told you, with the talk, I tell you, say, we go to Draxall, go watch a match, and see a man and go up at the beach and take up some sand and come put it at the penalty area.
What a man full of story, man.
He is correct. He's correct. And Jason, you can forward it anytime.
Let me see if Jason is here. Jason said he had to leave, because Jason know that once you turn up, you have your hour. You understand? So Jason said, all right, I will tell you that when I'm back here, because Cataract will come and tell me about all the problems. So anyways, Cataract, let me talk. Cataract, hold on. But hold on, Cataract.
Suggesting right now.
Yes.
That the
Cataract, we have already. Sir Cataract.
The JFF. Sorry.
Sir Cataract, we are going to give you the 2 hours because we already passed the hour. And we have not touched all the thing on the paper. So we have 50 minutes. Let me go in order, Cataract. We don't want it to go off on any tangent, and we don't want to hear about what go on in your house anymore. Alright? We don't want to hear the next story or the next chapter in your house. Alright? Yes, let me just stay and reason no thing. And the people in the chat. So stop from time to time so the people in the chat can get the recognition as well. Okay? Because you're a YouTuber by now. You have been doing YouTubing so long, but you can't figure out how YouTube run. All right, the people if we get respect in the chat too. So continue, Sir Cataract. We have 50 odd minutes to go. 2 hours on the max we're giving you. All right, yeah, man. Go ahead, Sir Cataract. Just what we have to make sure you know what's going on YouTube.
I don't know if pitches are a diversion, because I'm saying to you, I agree with him about the pitches. I am happy that he raised that issue, and I'm making a suggestion for a solution that the JFF hires the 4 groundsmen who take care of 4, hire one in a Hanover, there's a hire golf club, and make him fix up Catherine Hall and those places there. Hire one for the North Coast, that can't remember the name of that golf club right out at Draxall there, so where I think Sand. I make him fix up Draxall. Hire them, because pitch care and the correct grass and those things, we have great agronomists and those things. So kudos to the coach, but coach is not the excuse, because places have worse pitches than it and produce technical footballers.
All right, all right. Hold it right there, Ketrak. Big up to the person, Devon. All right, no problem. Big up yourself, Devon. No problem, man. It's good to ask, and we will provide information that we have at the time. The one thing we are not going to do, we are not going to pretty up anything. We are going to tell you as it is, every single time. Tyrell said so many qualified coach in Jamaica, but the boys learning nothing. I don't know if you have so many qualified coaches in Jamaica, to be honest. I don't know, I'm not sure about that. I don't think you have so much at the highest level because Mr. Speed said it's only a few handful and that's who they are giving jobs. So I don't know. I'm confused because I'm getting different from Mr. Speed. Unless they have a different network and people have higher license that don't have nothing to do with JFF. Maybe that's a possibility. So and they're in and around the academies. So we are not sure as yet. Lenny Hyde is the only coach I see in Jamaica who knows how to teach a team game type of football. All right, get him to do the job. They don't have to name him formally as the coach. Well, maybe that's a good idea, but maybe they weren't impressed with what he's doing, and they have their own ways to do things. Lansday, big up yourself. Thanks for being here, Pastor. Hope all is well. You can come in on the Discord as well, Mr. Pastor, because Mr. Blake is here already, so you are the only one can calm him down. Yes. Triple E said, Cataract, get the context of why the man is disappointed with the pitches. Is in JA, which is a tropical country. There is no way we should have bad pitches. So, all right. So maybe that was the context, Sir Cataract. I don't know what you have to say about that. All right, and everybody else dying with laughter.
Nigeria and Ghana and those places are tropical countries and they have some bad pitches too. So I understand what you were saying, and I'm saying for that point, I don't agree with him because I love man. But I agree with him 100% of what he said.
Yeah, so
but I am looking at a solution.
This dude.
And because JD, you have said before that we have to just stop talk about the problems only and talk about the solution.
Yes, that
so
is
do
true.
You agree with my solution that tomorrow morning or no today, because Mr. Dennis Chung said that we must judge them at how fast they fix problems, not about what the problem happened, right? So, Dennis Chung, General Secretary, sir, please hire the man from out of Cayman as our Kansas Spring Golf Club by 5 p.m. today. Speedy. Make him go fix the national. No, we don't own the national stadium, but make him go fix the football field up at UWI, where you own.
Okay. Nice. You have Dre, I said long ball and hard to sell players because no stats. Okay. And African says, I will not have any Ghana slander from Cataract. So Cataract, if you don't know about Ghana, Ghanaian people are inside the chat, so that is a good thing. So the man can boy out.
I have been to Accra. I have been to a football match. I think it's called Goldfield.
But that's a one football match. You went to the entire Ghana?
No. You have been to zero. You have been to zero
yes,
football matches in Ghana.
I have never told you any lies that I've been to Ghana. Yes, but that's 100%. What if
him there at Toronto?
So why you think Africans never went to Africa? That's what you're trying to say, that you're more African than Africans? My goodness,
yes.
this brother.
I have been there more times than him.
No, I don't think so. That's a lie. Africans went to Africa more than you, Cataract. But anyways, we're not going to go into how much place you travel with. You and Jamaican going, I'm tired of with this location thing we don't know. We don't want to hear. We come here to talk about football.
You have to check your looks. But hold on, JD, you can't allow a man to you trying to besmirch my reputation. I'm telling you, I am confident. I'm willing for better.
You went to one field. You see, you went to one match, Cataract.
I'm drafting my passport.
We can bet you any money. No, we can bet. I can bet you, Cataract. I can bet you money that you only. We can bet you money that Ghana have better fields than Jamaica. What about that? Because
fields, yes.
you only name
The
one
national
field. You only
national
name
team
one
of
field.
Ghana
You only
is
name one
happening.
field. That is a problem because you only said because you could people could have leave with that belief that you're saying that Ghana Ghana not a good field. The man I try to tell you say all of the field in Jamaica are good. And that the man I try to tell you. That's a complete
No.
difference. How much field you have in Jamaica
Okay.
were good. You have more in Ghana were good, I'm sure of that. Because I see fields were good. I see them on TV as well. When I see the field in Jamaica on TV, it still not look good, brother. So imagine the man when I play upon it. You see Canada come the other day and what they said. They couldn't play the football. That was not in the national stadium, but that was what? Sabina, right? A Sabina you call it? In a cataract?
Some
Yes, the man them say them
but
could play
listen,
pass the ball. One I cataract, the man them say them could have passed the ball and it's hard for deal with. When and them draw 0-0. When them buck or Waterhouse on a real pitch, what them give them 6. You understand me? So so stop over here disrespect other people country, brother.
it's a two-edged sword, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was one of the things that they said in '98 why we qualified for the World Cup.
Okay,
Because teams that came here couldn't play the football that they wanted to play, like put the ball on the carpet and pass it, because the stadium field they have some potholes, right?
all right, but look at
They
this now,
just
cataract. So cataract. So that means you should not fight for Englishman to play on the field because them not used to the field. So why not speak all our local man to play on the field? And then we
no,
can win
no,
games.
no, no,
Yes.
no, the career. But I read about the comment. I'm
Yeah.
here to the comment. Them put me our discard.
Yeah, what
I have said to you, said JD, is a two-edged sword, right?
Yes, yes.
It's a two-edged sword because teams. We had a 50-game unbeaten streak in the office because we were the only football national stadium with a pothole in the field. We had a little, but I don't remember that. Jerry,
Yes,
you
but no, no,
remember the match?
but no,
You're
no, no,
young,
no,
like
no.
you're born young. Didn't you recall that we had a
But at
pothole
that mean,
on
yes,
the right hand side of the
we
field
knew
when
the field
Shorty
was
Malcolm
we
used to
knew the field
operate?
was
There was a
bad.
pothole.
That is true. We knew the
You
field was
understand?
bad. But I'm saying cataract. But the problem is, but by that logic, the thing that you're fighting against from happening, that should be the solution. Just pick all the local barman them and throw them on the field so lay and be lame with everybody at JPL go play because them can hide out a patrol and use it as an advantage. So you know think we can use that to qualify? If people what say you in the chat, you think we can use that?
No, because you have to go and play away matches, and they are good fields.
Yeah, but you are going to win all of the Jamaican match them basically because you want to keep the pitch bad and and we have to fight
No,
people. That,
I don't know, man. I don't want us to keep the pitch, but I'm saying that's why I said to you, Mr. Chung,
mm-hmm.
hire the golf. Make we hear say you hire the golf course, brethren, where we fix the golf course. We hire him a morning to fix up a UA up at the high performance center that you have up at UA. Look, see that, cause speed of action. And that's your thing, the speed.
Okay, all right. Then let me
So
come and
move
say.
on from pitches. I want to congratulate the coach because remember yesterday, JD, no, day before yesterday when we were talking on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
I said to you, I am demanding a strategic that every time we have a tournament, we must get a strategic plan, how we're
Yeah.
going to qualify. And today I heard the coach outline that his strategic plan for qualifying for 2026 is one, that the players who sold for 100 million, he pointed to 5 of them. I'm going to fact check him. But I know that the 21-year-old Croatian, the man in the mask,
Madrid.
the defender.
Yeah. No.
No, man, the defender,
That's
defender
that's
who plays in Germany. He has 110 million pound
I think they wanted to
buyout
buy him for
clause.
150.
Vardial.
Vardial, they're talking. Jason,
The man
why you
in the
turn
mask.
back now? All of a sudden, if you get the, do you want to be the prediction king? Yeah, brother, you see, man. Can't bother with him.
Prediction king?
Yeah, man, him just
No,
walk.
no, no, I'm saying
No, I'm
it was
here.
the
No, man, I'm
coach
here.
that
Jason War.
read
I'm here. Jason War.
that he inserted in his contract after the World Cup a 110 million trigger clause.
Yeah.
So I am agreeing with the coach when he says that. So basically, the coach is saying he wants players in the team who are around 2021 in 2026 because those players are going to be the high value players or high impact players. I don't 100% agree with him because I thought Messi won the World Cup and Messi had touched something. So, and Luka Modric won the third place thing, and Luka Modric are nearly 90 years old, right? But I think I'm with him on that. So, he also said that his second part of his strategy is that Jamaica will play an official competitive game in every single FIFA window between now and 2026, and I'm going to hold them to that.
All right. That's good. That's good.
Because I noticed something as JD, and I hear Jason go, so I want to hear him. Come, I like reason with him.
Yeah, I know, but
like
you can't dictate how my show go, big man. Let me read my comments them first, and then you and Jason talk about what you want to talk about, okay? Yes, it's too bright and feisty.
Let's let me finish on this point
Yes,
about the games.
but you already tell me what you want Jason to do. You already tell me what you want Jason to do, so you never tell me what me I gotta do. Jesus God.
When they're playing an international friendly for men, the country will play. The women's team will also play a friendly.
Did he say that? Did he say that?
Yes, and it's starting with Australia. They're going to be playing Australia men's team and the Australia women's team. So that is a new strategy that they spoke about. In order to bring gender balance. So they're playing the men's team at Wembley and the Australian women team they're playing at Brentford. And they say they're looking at that as a new strategy going forward. But comment time.
Okay,
I respect you. And
yeah, man. Don't talk about your respect, mate. That's the way it should go, Cataract. You come on as a guest, you don't run the show and me going on back seat. You're too bright and feisty. Anyways, so Christ said, so the way to fix our football is to stop everything and start working on pitches, because that's the problem. Well, maybe that's what they need to do. Stop the JPL and start fix the pitch them. Yeah, that makes more sense, you know? Yeah, because if you're gonna complain about something that make it all great, yeah, I think you need to do that. I think I'm actually agreeing with that. I will not have the slander. All right, JD, the standard should be: one, select the best players available; two, build a system around the best players available to help bring out their strengths; three, get rid of the entitlement quota system. 1000%, that should be the standard. But because they say the field is bad and the other good players them can't play on a bad pitch, because even Messi would look like he's average according to the statement of the man, it simply means the other guys them that would be coming in would not be good either. All right, yes. Andrew 55, big up yourself. Cataract, is the judge ready for the Gold Cup? All right, that was Cataract. Cataract, is the judge ready for the Gold Cup?
No, I'm the best baby father now.
All right, thank you.
I'm the best baby father.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for that, sir.
He's training with his local club, but I think that's.
All right.
Plus, we already know he cannot go to the United States, so that's not in the picture.
All right, people. Anthony Grant is a little bit too old at this point, you know. Yeah, so he's doing a baby father role. That is very good.
He cannot
happy baby father role,
States.
and he can't travel to the United States either. You know. Yeah, so you can't have those people in the team. You get me? Because you want them to be available for every match. You get me? So we're not going to start with a bad attitude and a bad standard. So Anthony Grant can stay and deal with him, baby. Good luck, my brother. Keep doing a great work as a father. And you did good for Jamaica. But we want to make sure everybody on the damn team can go everywhere. That's a good starter. What say you people inside the chat? What say you? Don't be afraid of Cataract. Say your piece. You get me? Because we're talking about standards, all right? Yes, and you have some mans, like the one Andrew 55 talking about the judge. How can a man be a judge, named judge, and can't go certain places? Judge should not have problems with movement, you know? Because you're a judge. You're a respectable entity worldwide. I'm very sorry. You know? Yes. But anyways, Sir Cataract, you want to answer to that, sir? Or Jason want to come in?
Call you out because you just walk right in and stuff later. You're the biggest hypocrite. Before Ravel Morrison paid the money, sort out him
So,
legal problems in the
you
States,
know the
right?
man paid bag of money.
Hold on,
You're just making up
you,
stories.
Bridget, just go easy, no, man. Because we know, I'm not trying to disgrace no man, you know. But we don't want a bad style because, look here,
Ah,
before Ravel, they paid a bag of money. And Rooney and DC United paid a bag of money for sort out Ravel outstanding legal problems. He could not travel to the United States as well. And you were quite happy to have Ravel Morrison in the team,
you notice
right?
I've used the word going forward. So, so, what you trying to tell me is, I'm at the JFF now. I make some convenient quota to say going forward. I'm just saying going forward. We got a new coach. We got a new coach.
That's the new policy. You know, but seriously, I mean, if a player can help us in other areas, if Jamaica playing in Catalonia or whatever, him can forwarding, but we knew this. It's not like, remember I always said to you from the start, JD, I've been fair. Anthony Grant was not a long-term solution to Jamaica's
Yeah,
midfield
but
issue.
so that's why I'm
He
just
was
saying it.
there to qualify for the World Cup,
Okay.
and he offered in the under 20 and said, "Bring me in and let me give specialist training and pass on my knowledge to a group of CDMs from under 15, under 17, under 20, under 23. Let me come for 2 weeks and just pass on what me know because he said it, I didn't teach myself. It's Claude Makalele taught me."
Okay, Cataract. But all we said is, the man them work with a system. Jason, you were coming in. You had something to say on this man.
No, I was just gonna ask Cataract if Grant is securing coaching badges for after his retirement.
At this point, no, he's not. At this point, I'll tell you this, and maybe it's a bad thing. I'm going to talk the man business. Maybe it's a bad thing that he was at Chelsea for so long because he was a well-paid player, right? And that's what happens to people like Lewis Baker and all of those guys who, even Michael Hector, who stayed at Chelsea on a perennial loan. They are on wages equivalent to championship team, right? And therefore they are financially secure. So they don't really need to do nothing else in their life. But I will encourage him, as I have, to go ahead and try and get his coaching badges and things. But right now I'm just enjoying newborn. So, you know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
Let him know in a depressive state that he was last year when he really was depressed when he wasn't being called up for Jamaica and we see Jamaica not qualified.
All right, so
Mental.
all right, so Jeremy and Miller, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. DJ Gigs, I did laugh. Yes, man. I'm always try and move some metrics, you know. When I've literally stated clear, you know, that going forward, because we're dealing with Mr. Hallgrímsson here and what he has said. So we are talking about going forward. We never talked about yesterday, Jason. Did we talk about yesterday, Jason, or we are talking about what happened 50 minutes ago and what will happen in the future? I don't know this. The man said,
Yo, me no want get no friendly fire in on the war. So let's move on.
the man say,
No, but let me answer DJ Gigs. DJ Gigs.
Oh, you can see that
If
chat
you
now.
have a-
You can see that
If
chat
you
now
have a
finally.
certain, if you have a certain serious conviction, you cannot. You will get refused entry at the border, right? And there are matters. We just leave it there, so.
All
But
right.
he was able to go to Mexico and he was able to play in Costa Rica and everywhere else, and he did good for Jamaica. God bless him and rate it.
All right.
But
Triple E,
I
and
did see
Scatterrack,
Anthony
what's
Grant going to the
the
2026 World Cup.
Triple
That was not
E?
on the cards.
Triple E.
Maybe we want to
Jesus
qualify for the
Christ.
Nations League and win a Nations League,
Oh,
something
can the
like
man
that.
in the
But
discard and the man take over the show? You realize that people, the man take over the show. And the
brother,
man in the discard, you know.
insecure.
No, I mean not insecure. It look at me too secure because me I try give more questions. So the man I'm asking, not even wait, brother, what wrong with you? That's what on the man. We still have 30
Beat
odd
me more
minutes to go.
question. Beat me more question.
Yes.
Answer them, please.
Uh,
And then can we get back
No,
after that?
but
Can we
Jason,
get back to the press conference?
yes, and that's what
That is in the title.
that's what we wanted to get back with. Cataract, it's you you derail our show and then tell we what to do after. Bruh, I've never seen a man can mash up things and while he can fix it back up and then mash it up at the same time. JD, ask Cataract, what's the average age group for players in the last World Cup? You know that one, Cataract? Or you don't?
No, I don't know.
All right, so Cataract don't know that one.
The average age, sorry, I know it was not to me, Triple E, but the average age at the World Cup was 27.
All right, so you get that 27, Mr. Jason said. Yeah. I don't know if that is true, but I want to say it might just be true because he's the Google boss. Yes, so I think it might just be true. Yes.
But man come and ask me that when him can Google. I know you can read and write because you're typing.
I do believe that it's because your cousin is like 700 years old, so he's maybe calculating it to say that maybe it's kind of justified to not bring him naturally, of just not bringing him.
Justified? Did I just say to you? Sorry, let me repeat it.
No, you had said that he can go to an close by match to England. You never say him can't play none at all.
Yeah, like when we play Catalonia and we never have no team and you don't want to get disgraced in the big left field. And players were out of the window. You could have brought him and Michael Hector into the squad and brought some experience. More than send man to a slaughter to get 6-0.
True.
That's what I'm talking about. But competitively, he's not playing competitive games. And I repeat again, nobody with not playing for a club and unattached must be in a Jamaican national team. Point blank.
All right.
Sorry, my dear.
Okay, so anyway, let me finish up the thing about because we have 30 more minutes and I remember I have to take a little rest in between.
So back to the big thing he said. So I am looking forward to seeing a schedule laid out because friendly matches have to be planned sometime years in advance.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to put as a solution is I am hoping that as part of this top secret Adidas deal, and I don't know why I know how much the Adidas sponsorship of Leeds is, and I can't know how much the Adidas sponsorship of Jamaica is, but we'll get to that, right? I am wondering if whether the stadium can be branded as Adidas, or maybe the Trelawney multipurpose stadium or Catherine Hall can be branded as an Adidas stadium. Because if you remember, it was Puma who came and laid down the blue Mondo track when they wanted to convince Usain Bolt, I think it was, to keep using them as a sponsor, something like that. And it was them who upgraded the running track at the stadium to the blue Mondo turf, whatever they call it, Mondo track, the top class thing. And I'm wondering if whether the same arrangement couldn't be with Adidas in there. That would be my thing. And the other thing, though, in terms of games, if we can't look at countries sponsored by Adidas and leverage that to get games.
But Cataract, did you not say we should strategize when we are going into games? So, like for instance, if we are playing Costa Rica, our upcoming Mexican team, and we can get opponents close to the Mexican team, so we can work on things. So is it that you just want friendly for friendly sake, or you want designed friendlies for reasons?
Well, there are two kind of friendly matches. One is those that are away from competition, where you're just trying to, and I believe that we should play a number of friendlies against lower ranked teams and build up a strong resume, like slap with everybody in the Caribbean. Play all 20 teams, slap them away. Just bring them by the national stadium and slap them away.
Okay.
And get a 20-game unbeaten run. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to see how Jamaica start run behind the team. That's my view. But there are also some strategic friendlies. Like, I believe we should play Guatemala friendly before Mexico because they are a Central American team. That's just my view.
Yes,
But
but it looks like
again,
that
I
thing
am not
even
there.
set. That's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking you. But I brought up a
No,
good point.
that would be my preference. I think that would be the more logical thing is to play friendlies against opponents who are of the same playing style or same physical build as your upcoming competitive opponent. That's my view on it.
Okay, fair enough. Jason, you have any
But then again,
say?
you can look at it and say when we played Guatemala before in New York before the Gold Cup, we'll be playing Central American opposition in the Gold Cup. So
Yes. So
that's a
so
plus.
so maybe all of these things was set before he came in, and now because he's here now, this is the design planned going forward. Like this is the design plan going forward. So maybe things that set before the January 11 period, you can't really blame him for it because him never did in a power. Just like how I told persons that he couldn't really be so much into the youth 17 because he never really signed. These man had the team for the longest time. So it's not his fault. He couldn't do anything extra. What say you, Jason, and the friendly thing? Are you okay with it because you gave a little short answer before, but no, Cataract brought in him. We should slap away all 20 teams. Oh, the comment section so quiet
I think
today.
like everything in life, there needs to be a balance. I mean, I don't think we'll get the most out of just playing opponents or handpicking the ones that we know we will beat. I definitely agree with Cataract's point as far as strategically picking friendlies before competitive games that will mirror the style of play of whatever team we're going to play. So,
Yes.
like as an example, before the Mexico game, it would be great if we could play one of the other Central American teams that like
Mm-hmm.
to pass the ball as well, like a Guatemala or Honduras or one of those teams of that nature, instead of playing perhaps Trinidad before that game. So those are the little things that I think we should look into, trying to mimic the playing style of the opposition that we're going to face next. So we're really taking full advantage of the friendly, not just getting a friendly to get a friendly, but checking out all the boxes. Does this team match the style of play? As Cataract says, it's a similar physical build of the players. Just to simulate the type of opponent that we're gonna have. So I think they should really look into those things and not just look to fill the spaces with anybody. It
Mm-hmm.
needs to be strategic as well. And I don't think we should necessarily be cherry picking opponents, but I do think that when we host games, we should be mindful of who we're hosting. We shouldn't necessarily go for the biggest juggernaut teams when we're playing at home because we need to get the fans back on side, and the fans are going to be more on side with victorious teams. So I get that point, but I
Oh,
don't think
okay,
we should
okay.
go as far as saying, okay,
Really?
every
So,
opponent we face is a
so
weak
where I
opponent,
say,
right? We need to gain something from the
so,
match as well.
so where you say if we play Guyana at home and save Argentina for over the next. Oh my, people, wanna agree with that one? I really want
No,
winnings.
no, no. So that's what you hear from what I say.
No, I
You
know,
say
no, no.
Guyana
In
at
the
home.
final part, me just ask if a Guyana we should play at home. So we 100% know that we are going to win the game, you know. And then if we get
And
Argentina, if we get Argentina at the same time, we should push. We should make sure Argentina is a away game. Okay. No, I think any one of
and
them will
and
get to. Me think the people will be glad for the play Argentina at home. Me think the stadium with a pack. No care if Jamaica lose. Worst if we put up a fight.
yeah, I think if it's a team like Argentina, yes, the people won't matter if we get, well, I won't say they won't care, but they will still show up for that game, even knowing that we have a chance
Yeah,
that
I
we
mean,
might lose
I'll
by a
meet
lot,
that there,
right?
I'll meet
Because
that
it's
there, Jamaica.
Argentina.
I'll meet that there,
But
Jamaica.
but I think also the point that Cataract brought up about utilizing the Adidas partnership is a great one because most of the times that sponsorship of the game can be helped with that Adidas sponsorship. So, like just looking at teams around the world, Algeria is an Adidas team.
Mm-hmm.
Belgium, Germany, Italy. So there's a lot of teams to choose from, and at various levels because there's Spain, but then there's also sponsorship with Wales and Scotland. So we should be able to find opponents in the Adidas family
Okay.
at various levels, right? So I agree with that point, trying to perhaps utilize that relationship to try to at least get in touch with these nations to
Okay.
try
Okay.
to get these games scheduled.
Yeah, that sound alright. That sound alright. But for me, man's now playing Algeria and Morocco. For get beat up. I'd rather play Argentina and get beat up and look good, you know? Yes, you know? And the stadium full and be money coming in for JFF and the people, you know?
So, as a fighter, JD, right? It's called building a rhythm, right? And when I was coming up, you never get thrown to fight against a world champion in the first team.
No, because you
You
couldn't
fought
get the you
against
couldn't
that
get the
had
match. You could
losing records, and you kept stepping up in class and stepping up until was ready to fight for a belt, right? And then you become successful. So what I'm saying is,
but cataract. The problem is, you know,
Yeah, but
none of the
Cataract at
teams
some
them are
point, there's
Adidas
diminishing
sponsor.
return from that.
But cataract, none of the teams them that Adidas sponsor and a small team. Jamaica the only small team. You understand me? So
That's
that's why
not
it's hard.
totally true,
And
JD.
then who else them sponsor, Jason? Where your class a small
Libya
team.
and Sudan,
So you go play Libya and Sudan? Why you never name Libya and Sudan?
Gibraltar. I'm just saying,
Them
what you just said is
sponsor.
just not
so
true
you're wrong.
because they
Yeah, but
Just
you
do.
say
say
you're wrong,
no.
Judge JD.
Them
Just say you're
Yeah,
sponsor.
wrong,
they do
Judge
No,
sponsor small
no, but
teams that you would
Jason,
consider small.
no, you said me wrong. Tell me, say them sponsor Libya. God does say them sponsor Libya, or them, because Jamaica say them sponsor them. Sponsor this. We are talking about Jersey alone. That's not a sponsor. Jamaica say them
You have
sponsor
a
them.
sponsorship agreement.
Go and
You
check
are the
Libya.
kid
No,
sponsor.
please type in check Libya and check if them have a
Yeah.
sponsorship agreement with Adidas.
So JD, you're saying that if a team is sponsored in jerseys
On a
by
Jersey
Adidas,
alone,
that
on
is
a
not the
Jason,
same
but on a Jersey
as
alone.
what Jamaica has. That's what you're
No,
saying.
man, no. But Jamaica have no more than that. The man tell us there's a family and a brand and a culture. They must sell people.
JD listening now to some marketing.
No, I what the man them say, brother. Why me come?
That.
All right, you know what? Let me come into the
No,
conversation.
but let's finish. JD, you're just wrong. A
So,
smaller team
oh,
smaller than
you can't
Jamaica,
you can't
that have
fabricate something to
Adidas
tell me say
and
me wrong, Cataract. Me just ask you, me ask Jason to go to type it in on Google and find the information and come back. Simple. But me just ask you, you can't tell me. It's like so on there. If people, you see what me don't me can't stand with Cataract. When you mean a conversation, through the JFF, him said the JFF a liar. We not for believe
no,
nothing.
I did
So
not say that.
no, at that
I
Cataract, at
did
that you
not
say.
use those terms.
Yeah,
I
at that you
said
said Cataract, don't pretty up.
marketing razzle dazzle.
In a no, it no matter. You have the man them as lied, so we can't. So why we here talk about the conversation then? If we can't talk about, you know what the man them say me have to hold them to them word and say a different thing. The man them I deal with, and everybody get the same luxury as the other people. So when Jason say, them sponsor other team. Somebody just ask you what we are class as sponsor if I just the throw jersey pants a man. You get me? That's all me ask. Are them have sponsors where them have to join something and fulfill certain things? Just like what Jamaica claim to say them have. Like how Cataract, we not sure. So I claim. According to Cataract, because him know more than even the people that do the business, you know. So I claim. But me I believe JFF than Cataract. Panawania. Because him not have the documents them. So when the man them say we have to hold them to, and if them wrong in the end, me can hold it, me can chop it up. But more and Jason go to get him information, because him say me wrong. So him go and get him information and come back. Me never check. Me just say, and them say I be a high profile team, them sponsor. Me no know Libya and
Yeah,
them think there's high profile team.
I know that the JFF has said that the sponsorship deal, is all encompassing and it's culture and everything. But on Adidas' site itself, they have lists of every team that they sponsor as far as a kit sponsorship. And Jamaica is listed alongside
As a
Libya and all
kit
the others I was talking
sponsorship.
about. So if there's another tier of the sponsorship that I don't know about, then I will learn
So
something new today.
Mr.
But
Jason,
based on them being a
Mr.
kit
Jason,
sponsor,
one
they
second.
also sponsor Libya's kits,
One
just like how they sponsor Jamaica's kits.
1 second, Mr. Jason. When you hear you because you will watch the interview first. when you hear them attack, it seems like the same thing where you see on Adidas them talk about. That alone more your answer. For me, you can talk with the people, but that alone more your answer to me. It seems like the same thing where you say I read on Adidas site.
If what they were saying today is
No,
the same thing,
no, if it sound like the same thing when them attack in the press conference. That's all I'm asking. Because remember, I'm listening to them, and I will read something on Adidas page. But it's not the same thing. It have
yeah, I mean,
always sold it to
they
me like
might
it's
they
a
might
revolutionary
substitute the
thing.
word sponsorship for partnership just because it sounds a little bit better. But in the actual like dictionary, what Adidas is doing for Jamaica is being their kit sponsor. That is literally what they're doing.
The man say in the actual
So I don't.
dictionary. Oh, dictionary getting this. One man says
No, because
something.
because you're saying you want me to base it based off of what their wording was, but I'm just telling you like what their wording is and what Adidas is actually doing for Jamaica is not the same thing because they're saying it's a partnership when it is in effect a sponsorship. It's a kit sponsorship for the Jamaica national team.
All right, all right. I hope they release these documents so we can find out what it is. If it's a
But they're
partnership.
not gonna release it because they won't even tell us how much money they're making from it. So I don't think they're gonna release it.
So
People,
JD,
please go up on the JFF and tell them, say, is this a partnership or a sponsorship? All right?
you know,
Yes. We want it
look
because
here.
it's a slight difference, all right? Yes. So make.
Cataract, ask Simon to find out, please.
Oh
No,
my
no,
God.
no, no, me not ask man, me can tell you
What?
something like a time longer than rope. Leeds United is sponsored by Adidas, right?
Okay,
And
yes.
whenever, hold on, whenever the sponsorship deal is renewed, the stakeholders, including the fans and the Yorkshire Post and the media and the mayor, are there, and it is made public whether it's a $200 million sponsorship deal, whether it covers all the age groups, because kit sponsor, there are different levels of sponsorship. There's equipment sponsor, which means balls and cones and not kahunas, but
Goal posts and
footballs
feel and
and
all them
those
stuff
things,
there. Goal posts and feel and
right?
everything. Yeah.
Right. Those are equipment sponsorship. So we don't know. So
So
in
now that
absence
now
of
that me
knowledge, I
ask
don't
now that
know
me
more
ask
than the
Jason,
man,
that me
which is
ask
why I've
Jason,
asked for transparency.
now that me
Because
ask Jason.
you love to quote the JFF. So quote Mr. Chung, who says he is the transparency boss.
So
So he can transparently can tell
you,
us
but you saw
what
no,
are
but
the
you saw you jump for
elements
some
of
wrong. You saw you jump for some wrong. Because you never listen to me. I say no. Based off what the man them say. Um, and how we attack as if how we can use the system because Adidas. Why if you get just a kit sponsor, you can influence somebody to play somebody? I don't think that make much sense. Because the kit sponsor is
yes,
just to
it
sell a
does.
jersey. No, you only no, the kit sponsor only go, I signed for this kit, and then when I sold one, you get a percentage. But they are talking as if it's something different, cataract. You're not getting like so that's a
I listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying to the JD. Because I don't want to get, when I go down a rabbit hole with you, right? Because you don't know and me don't know.
yeah, but
We are here
you're
making
saying
a
me wrong.
hold on,
But how
man.
can I
We are
be
here
wrong when you
making
don't
a
know?
suggestion. Is either you do agree with the suggestion. I say nobody try to get no game against nobody. We have a weird story. All right, let me change it. Someone have to argue. Can we get games against teams that wear Adidas jersey?
Oh, but
Since you want to just
oh
get
God. Oh,
ridiculous. So
cataract.
it
All I'm
just,
saying is,
and I am saying to you that when Leeds takes part in pre-match tournaments, the teams are generally sponsored by Adidas. Like when them go America and play in the team, them play in a pre-match tournament Manchester City and AC Milan. I think AC Milan is an Adidas team. But generally, the teams are all sponsored by Adidas. That's what I
and
think.
that is
So
fair. That
I'm
is
just
fair,
simply
cataract.
suggesting,
Mm-hmm.
not saying that I read the Mandem document, that we can try to approach teams that have the same kit sponsorship, since it's a family thing, them say, and see whether we can get games using that medium.
Okay,
So we don't
but
have to
I
debate about what kind of sponsorship
okay. Oh, so
partnership,
Cataract,
or
you
it is
jump to say,
married,
but you jump to say
or if
I'm
them are the,
wrong, and I'm
or if
just
them are the
Cataract.
side man or the side chick,
Listen to
or
me,
if them again.
listen, Cataract. It's not a sound clash. I just jump to say I'm wrong, and I'm trying to ask you, like, because remember, people listening here in the Cataract. So what all I was trying to do, is try to make sure we don't put out a wrongful information, so people jump down and say, yo, why you don't get us a match with the next man name? Argentina have Adidas, Libya, where you say Jason, where you say the country them name? All them country where Jason say name, have them Adidas, so we can get them.
Libya, Gibraltar, Sweden, Wales,
Yeah, all them team that we
all
can we
kind
can
of
get we
countries.
can get for play. All I'm trying to say is true, I don't know if it's deeper connected roots when they're putting on those tournaments. I prefer not to jump and say that, because people would think that the JFF now do nothing. Because when people come on these mediums, if they hear something, it's like it's an added thing to drop on the JFF back, when we never really did that video for this video for that reason. You understand me? We want to make sure if we know, we can have a conversation, and if we don't know, we don't try to put it there. That's why I ask, that's why I ask if most of these are if it's just like kit sponsors, like where you throw and pay back and that's it, or you cover equipments and maybe tournaments and everything. And Leeds, I think Leeds would have the tournament added to it, because it's a beneficial thing for Adidas Cataract. So that's all I'm saying. That's why they will take up more things. You get me? But I'm not sure if that's a key situation for Jamaica, but they're acting like that's the situation for Jamaica. So I'm agree with you, but still asking more questions.
So right now, when I hear the JFF acting like they are the number one team sponsored by Adidas.
That's what I
Like
got.
them are
That's
the
what I got.
white.
Yes.
Like Argentina the side chick, and them are the white. And they move in the Adidas house, and them have one office up at the Adidas main office. And yeah, we don't know. And so I am just asking for some transparency on some, not all. You don't have to give me the sense, but you can give me the round up the numbers and round up the aspects of the deal and what it covers. Does Adidas pay the coach? Has Adidas provided money to recruit under 15 and under 17 players? Is Adidas well, yes, I'd like that question answered.
Yes, so it was
Has the
a deal.
JFF
So you
received
never
money
forget
from
upset.
Adidas
You
to
never forget
recruit
upset,
under
Mr.
15, the 17 players for future tournaments? Those are some of the things we'd like to know. That is just transparency. That's all me
So
about.
you see,
And
Cataract, but
we'd like
Cataract
to
at the
have more
same time.
games. And my suggestion, sorry.
So, Cataract, at the same time, you see it, I've expanded on the conversation. So, stop one, look war. When you did, all you need to do is just listen to what me I say, because I never war with you, sir. All right, you're upset for when me talk about Anthony Grant not forgetting a game because I'm too old. You understand me?
No, I'm upset with that. And I said to you, say, the Anthony Grant's useful contribution to the Reggae Boys is at an end. And it was about qualifying for this World Cup, because realistically, he would have continued going down the leagues and not up the leagues. He wasn't about to become a Premier League CDM at age 35.
You never know.
Right? He was not. Right? And I know the reason why. We can figure out part of the reason why. You can figure out why he left Chelsea. Just do the maths and do the thing. From when he can't fly, but it's nothing to do with football. But this is not an Anthony Grant stream. This is about Jamaica.
Yes, they said AC said Mr. Chung did say it includes equipment also, so they are covering other costs. Jason.
Okay, and I am suggesting, if I was at the negotiating table, and I've negotiated many things in my lifetime. For example, trying to get young Jamaican players into academies of teams that are sponsored by
What?
Adidas would have been one of my top priorities.
So only one Adidas own Jamaica? You know, Cataract, you know how much money that? You know what kind of big deal?
I can't get to finish that point. I am Heimir Blake, aka Cataract. I'm saying that if I was at the table, I would have said to develop a strategic alliance with the academies that are sponsored by Adidas to allow for exposure for local Jamaican talents at an early age. So your AC Milans, your Manchester Cities, your Leeds Uniteds of this world. Um, Manchester City sponsored by Adidas, or is Manchester United? Manchester United, unfortunately.
United is Adidas.
United,
Okay,
right? And there are others, right? There are other smaller
cataract,
teams,
cataract,
in
cataract,
Spain and so.
cataract, Nicky's,
So
cataract,
if you
cataract,
put that on the table,
cataract, Nicky's.
pardon me?
Me read Nicky's comment. I'm not gonna tell you anything. Just read it.
No, you're diverting. You're diverting
No, I
it
said
from
people in
a
the
main
comments saying
discussion,
something, sir. I
right?
finish up a pint, sir. Just make kind of shut up the damn show to work 2 hours and go on my business because you're out here with your feelings. Nicky say you sound like you want to sell out Jamaica, sell out Jamaica to Adidas.
No, because I know I know something where the Bible Thomas Texas gonna find you. Just go on, right? Um,
Fan of mine had said
I am
that would be
saying I want
corruption. Cataract. Fan of
yeah, we
mine
can
that
do
would be.
that, but with upon a serious reason.
But cataract, but
I'm
them
saying
have
that
a serious reason.
that was in there.
Cataract, them have said
You
that
were
would be
asking about
corruption.
something that
Cataract,
can
them would have said that.
transform.
Oh my God, cataract, them have said that would be corruption. So explain to them a little bit more. Educate the people them why it wouldn't be corruption. And Jason, if
No,
you know more about it,
it's not.
help cataract on that story.
It's not corruption because it happens all the while where clubs who like Leeds United, we have smaller clubs that are also sponsored by Adidas, and it's
Okay,
based on the Adidas thing that you become a sister club. So if
okay,
we need to loan out players, is this the club loan out to? Manchester City, you know that too, has other clubs that are sister clubs or feeder clubs, right? All it would be is that you would say, okay, come the summer, the academy team would play against a Jamaican team and they would get to see talent. It's about exposure. Somebody would have to explain to me how that's corrupt. Unless you don't understand how the world of football works. The world of football works by relationships. Some people say,
what?
Chelsea can't get another Manchester City said Tottenham Hotspur can never get a loan or a signing from Manchester City for as long as they live because of what they did when they were trying to buy Harry Kane. And the man stopped the deal over £100, right? He never want to pay the £100, the registration, £100 registration.
Okay.
And they drew it out right until the end. Remember that 2 years ago when Manchester City were hot on the heels of Kane. And so some people carry feelings. Real Madrid carry feelings.
Okay.
People, if you don't have good relationship, they say, we'll never do a transfer deal with you. And there are some places that do transfer deals with clubs all the time. Southampton and Liverpool. Every little body from Southampton. Danny Ings did go there, so. Van Dijk, you look at Adam Lallana, they go to the South Coast because they have a good working relationship. So them get first preference on the ball of them. And they have them little thing where them work out. So it's not corruption. It's about strategic alliances and utilizing and leveraging relationships. And that was my suggestion.
Okay.
Because I am saying to you, until players who are 8 and 9 and 10 years old in Jamaica start being developed at elite academies, we are going to be behind the 8 ball.
All right, big boss. All right, big boss. You have some. You know how to respond because you take up the time and we have less time. Yeah, answer all the question. So anyways, Nikki says, hey, I can't read that one. Why you not call me? So you need to read that yourself. You and I can talk about that. Yes, I will avoid that, because I never know that you have people number. Yeah, but Jordan says it was on their released it's just gears and kit sponsorship only, not a full sponsorship like the Marley ladies, for example, for the girls. So, is it, man? I say the person said it's a big thing and they have everything included, and you are saying that it's there and it's only a kit sponsor. I don't know, man. One thing I can tell you, when a topic start, you're more confused at the topic when you finish.
Well, the only thing that Adidas has said regarding like extras after the kits is that they plan on bringing out like a lifestyle line, which will be Jamaica themed, and it won't be necessarily just football jerseys. It could be shirts and polo shirts and jackets and things of that nature. But as far as the equipment and things like that, I didn't know that that's a part of it. I didn't like, will they be sending 1,000 balls to Jamaica for the teams to use? Like I don't know about that part. I just know about the clothing.
Well, let me make it stay at the clothing then. All right, yes. Because it's confusing, but if the guy has said that and you prove that it's not true, that is the next lie they are telling. So yeah, I'm very sorry. Anyways, we have friend of mine that's still saying in believer corruption, but that does get cataract angry. Nikki said I'm
I
actually
know somebody
yes,
attack your business, man.
and him call me every day. So cataract, oh, wow, I say I go on cataract. Make sure your woman now watch this stream now, because you gonna get box in the head.
He said he couldn't manage though. He said he couldn't manage no more.
Oh my God. JD, you see,
Footballer, right?
what?
Oh.
What you say?
Oh.
Nobody in the US say no. Me just a lady say you call her every day. Why you try to twist the story for?
So nice in a national footballer, right?
So what that have to do with we? You that change the box where I get?
Change his box
It
when
just
they get.
it's not gonna change the box where I get him and try to change him up. But so it's a national football. Who cares? We never say nothing about football.
So now you're not talking about corruption though. The man leave off. Anyway, so are we agreeing that the JFF should seek to get games from teams that have Adidas? We're
Well,
Adidas.
let we get time to
And
research that if that's a thing before we put pressure upon the people to do that when that's not really realistic. So let me check it out first. Let me research. You can research cataract. Jason will research and a next stream, which I don't know when it will be, but Jamaica is a drama place, so it will be an extreme soon, very soon. All right, so we will discuss that. You should talk about people we are call every day till they can't manage. That way you try.
tell us one day when I say one day they run me, they can tell me say yeah, girl is
I have never said anything like that to
you
you.
know,
No, 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 no. Don't mix me in the problem. I have not said that. I ask you if you are a goddess. That's all I
Let me deal
said.
with him like, let me deal
Nothing.
with
I
him
have
like, let me
not
deal with
a
him like,
lie.
let me deal with him like Ninja Man.
It's a lie you're
Ow!
telling. I have not.
Let me deal with him like how they deal with Ninja.
I have not
Yeah,
said.
that's
I
that.
never tried to go in that business with you. And this galley talk. No, no. I am not a gallus. Yes, I am a.
Oh, God, Gemma, boy, put you out like what?
I'm not getting involved in your foolishness. All right, that's all I'm telling you. Wow.
So, what are we? Right. Where are we now?
All right. No,
So,
we are to the end. We are
we
to the
man
end.
argument. No, so he spoke about the games, and I said that I am supportive of that and very happy. We agree that the game should be strategic. You disagree and I don't think you agree that I am saying we should use some powder puff games in the stadium to build up a resume.
Yeah, you and Jason, did agree on that one day. That's all. But me,
No, I never
And
fully agree with it. My thing is there comes a point when those games, yeah, while it will boost the morale, it won't really do anything for the progression of the team, right? Because if you play, I mean, I don't want to call anybody name and disrespect anybody, but if you play a team that you know you're supposed to win and you beat them 10-love, and you play another team Wednesday after the game Sunday and you beat them 12-love, I mean, then when you face an opponent that you can't beat so big, has that done anything to prepare you for them? That's the only thing I'm saying, Cataract. We can't go overboard with it. I'm not saying we shouldn't look for opponents that we can beat, but I don't think we should be like cherry picking over and over and over, because I don't think it will help us get any better.
no, but sometimes you have to beat up a man to feel good about yourself, You build confidence. But we're not going to fight over that part. We just review what we agree and what we disagree
No,
upon.
the only reason I stopped you was because he was trying to say that I agree with that totally, and I just want to make it clear
No,
that I
man,
don't
no.
agree with everything
Okay.
about that. That's it.
No, man, that is true. That is true. 'Cause you did give tacit agreement. A
Okay.
conditional agreement with
Okay,
some
Miss.
parts of it.
Okay, Mr.
Right?
Jason. Uh,
So the other thing that he said, JD,
man
that I
say,
think
have
we
a
we
beat up a
we,
man for
we need
feel
to
good.
discuss
What am I
is
tell
is
him?
really about the fact that the JFF had no database of players and that he has had to sit down
Cataract.
and build a profile.
Okay, yeah, finish. We're gonna just do it in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, we're finished. We can't go over 5 minutes. Continue.
That he will have he has a profile of is building a profile of the players available, and he's putting it in such a format that it will a next coach who comes in the future won't have to start from scratch looking at what talent is available and what talent is eligible to represent Jamaica. And I have to give him congratulations on that. I would say, however, that you have to develop a relationship with the Jamaican diaspora, England, for example, where this information, because it's not and he said it's not a static thing, right? Because next year players are gonna come in the league, some are gonna drop out, some might marry to a Jamaican woman next year and become eligible. You know,
Okay.
a partnership has been built to the Jamaican diaspora that keeps them as a part of a critical stakeholder in Jamaican football, whether United States, Canada, England, wherever else, right? That they are able to use their relationships to convince some players to come on board, identify some players that we never know about. So it's interesting times, but I hope that is that's a good step in the way forward. Because I believe you must know what you have in order to be able to select the right resources to apply at the right time to get the correct result for Jamaica.
All right.
The best team for the situation we have.
Yeah, let me
So,
chop it
and
right
I have
there.
two other
Right there.
points when we finish this. But I would love to
Yeah,
hear your
yeah,
view on what
and
you
Cataract,
thought about
we
what you said
done.
about the profile.
Cataract, we done. No, we done right here. We time run out, so we have to write them down, and we'll catch it in the next stream.
Well, me have to go take 30 seconds and talk about. I got a full launch that brother with some man where I'm muggle and don't know if muggle.
People,
Why the press launch?
people,
Why the launch could be of the same
people,
standard that was
take
in
care. I'm going to work
London?
on the system. I'm going to work on the system. We can't. We will talk about that with Cataract. So smash the like button when you come out. If you feel like. If you don't, we no business. But yeah, big up and just take care. Bye bye, people.